Hi there, YouTube. Milkrun here. We're in an airport that I haven't been to before, called John Paul II Airport, João Paulo, Aeroporto Ponta Delgada, which is in the Azores Islands in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. In front of us we have an Airbus A321, which will be taking over to a very famous airport called Madeira, Funchal Island. Time of flight today is about 1.5 hours. We're flying at about 35 to 37,000 feet, depending which side of the step climb we're talking about. We do have some air traffic control online, so everything like we'll get some of that happening. Anyhow, we have a different livery as well. We have the Breathe livery by the Azores Airlines. Airbus A321. Not the Neo. Hello to Nick and Smiley Co, Lotface. And yes, Lotface, I do hope runway 05 will be in use down there in Madeira. That is one of the most challenging approaches that we have in the aviation world. Anyhow, it's time to jump on board and get our Airbus A321 heading on down. Don't forget to breathe. Okay, let's turn some stuff on. The world's largest QR code, yes, very much so. Cool, up to the 17th of June, that includes the current time. Speaking of breathing, I have a test of this. Yes, the aircraft will let us breathe, quite happily. Not quite an all-nighter, it's only about a 1.5 hour flight. So we should be done just past 1 in our morning. We're on battery power. Checking the CVR. Working happily. Spot these boys on. Yep, a Funchal approach. With any luck it'll be the Funchal approach. Hello there, Vincent from Holland. Which part of Holland? Is that Amsterdam or a different part of Holland? Have Geek NZ. You can always watch it on the replay. Our friend Toilet Inspector will be. Alright, let's hit the initialization page. Today our call sign is RZO28 Foxtrot. Leiden. I've not actually met anyone from that location. South Holland, Sweet Holland. Cool. Yeah, it's not far from Dringing. Looks like a nice spot. I have a friend of mine that lived in Sydney, and she moved to The Hague. Violin teacher now. That's not particularly far from, I know I'm not saying it correctly, Leiden? Den Haag, as she called it. Cool, we're going from LPPD, heading out to LP Mike Delta, Madeira. Yeah, we should look at my flight plan before I do it. MA, not MD. There we are. Hit the request button, see what we get. No answer because the Vatsim service were being a bit silly today. Oh, landing gear down. Here it is, look at that. Right there. The opposite of up. 3 green. MXE. Cool. Airways Hotel 100. Hotel 104. ETROX. $35.20 N. IRKID, Urkid. That'd be an IR. Q147. Elbim. Yes, Abgeek, you do need to get back to Vatsim. There's a big event in Australia tomorrow. No time like the present. We'll be flying out of Perth, going to Cairns, or Adelaide to Cairns, or Brisbane to Cairns, or possibly even Mount Isa to Cairns. Let's get yourself to Cairns. LPPO, Oceanics Online. Awesome. Why am I getting a billion telex? Ah, that's vPilot connecting and disconnecting over and over again. Brilliant. Fair enough. Anyhow, MCD menu. Atsu. Initialization. We are, once again, RZO28F. Challenger. 1 hour 23. Set that along. Initialization received. OIP fuel data. Block fuel. Is 9413. Taxi 6:30. It's a 45-minute taxi out. Trip fuel 3720. Zero fuel weight 54.5. Leaving on the hour. Refilling via GSX, send that through. And I reckon we'll do the boarding. Grabbing the wind now, and it's time to do the walk around. Do have a company message. Just a slot. Before we do the walk around, we'll lift into the ATIS 123.9.
BRBBT
oh, David.
360 and 080 degrees CLD. Few clouds at 800 foot. Scattered clouds at 1800 foot, temp 19. 2.14 QNH 1019 LTPD information Charlie. LTPD into C1300. Expect our nav approaches runway and use 12 DL70. Wind 050 degrees 12 knots BRBBT and 360 and 080 degrees CLD. Few clouds at 800 foot. Scattered clouds at 1800 foot, temp 19. 2.14 QNH 1019 LTPD information Charlie.
And initial load sheet, we'll accept that and print. And it's walk time. Ali B, g'day. Alrightio. Static book. Double Pito. Second front, windscreen looks fine. Single pitot. Static port. Double pitot. Nice shiny engine, I do like it. Gotta love a good Volvo. Green light's happy. No leaking happening down here. Brakes are looking great. Outflow valve, nice and open. Skid plate looks happy. The antennas on the bottom look okay. That track looks good. Red line. Angle of attack sensors, two of them, air intake valve and the double pitot. And we head them back up into the air. Alright, we'll pull out the good old jump seat. Wind data is completed. Alrighty, we're going to request our performance data based on the initial load sheet. Okay, so coming out of LPPD, runway 12. Sorry, 12. As dry runway, altimeter 1019. The wind 05012. Temperature 19. Estimated takeoff weight 63.4. And the Mach will be 26.9. Flaps 2. Send that out. Cool. We have a tower 118.3. Have a chat to him. Delgada Tower, Azores 28 Foxtrot requesting clearance to Madeira Funchal.
Azores 28 Foxtrot Ponta Delgada Tower, good afternoon. Before I get your clearance, I require 3 bits of details from you this afternoon, please. Can I get your requested max number, requested flight level, and your maximum flight level access?
Okay, that requested Mach number will be Mach decimal 78. Requested flight level 350, and maximum initial will be 380.
So that's 28 Foxtrot, Roger, decimal 78. Requested 350, maximum 380. I'll coordinate you close now, thanks.
So flaps 2 up 0.4.
Is that a straight on, Roger, just squeezing road?
33, 36, 38. Yep, he's going to give our first oceanic report essentially before we even take off. 56.
And is that a 28 Foxtrot, that's all good and well, I've got you closed, advise ready to copy.
Sorry, 28 Foxtrot, ready to copy.
Is that a 28 Foxtrot, thanks. Cleared to Madeira via the Victor Sierra Mike 7 Victor departure runway 12. Climb initially 250 and just walk 0772.
Cleared Madeira via the Victor 2 Sierra Mike departure runway 12. Initial climb flight level 250, squawk 0772. 038 Foxtrot.
So the straight Foxtrot, correct, GNH 1019, advise ready.
28 Foxtrot, okay. Zero 0772. All ready except for the last button. Let's pop in our departure details. Runway 12. Seven Victor, that was. Cool. Alright, let's brief the departure. We're sitting up here on Apron Whiskey. We'll be pushing out nose to the right, taxiing via Charlie onto runway 12. Departing on runway 12, which is 2,300 meters along. V-speeds have been set in the box, and we have our flaps 2. V-speed of 133, rotating at 136, airborne at 138. Climbing out at on speed managed, that's set. We've been cleared via the VSM 7 Victor departure, which is this one here, to Amixi, and a altitude of flight level 250, which is set. Okay, after departure we head straight ahead to 8 DME and then a direct turn to Amixi. So we see 650 feet, the first waypoint there, which is the 857 radial outbound from VMG, and then Amixi. Okay, safety speeds are 100 knots. Below 100 knots we can abort for any major reason, although we will need to do a U-turn to come back down the runway. After the 100 knots we are committed to takeoff except for major failures such as hydraulics or engines. If we get a red we will abort. As I'm part flying I'll give it forward power on the stick and go full reverse. Make sure that the brakes come into maximum and then we'll stop on the runway. After the V1 we are committed for takeoff, because after that we run out of runway, and there's a rather large cliff at the end of this runway, so we do need to be airborne. If we do need to return, I've got a little bit of scattered cloud around, sitting at about, what was it, 800 feet, something like that, so we will need an ILS approach or some kind of instrument approach to get back. Assuming everything is correct, we'll be climbing up to flight level 250 and making our way out. If there's no further questions, we'll do the final load sheet and do the missing request there. So uplink was 5553, we have 94. Second, it's 5553 divided by 0.82, which is 6923. Send that through. Cool. And load sheet has been accepted. We have a zero fuel weight of 54.9. And zero fuel weight CFG Mac of 30.9. Currently the block fuel 9.4. Autofill. And we're pretty much ready to roll. I'll have a chat to passengers. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the Captain speaking from the flight deck. Welcome aboard Air Azores, flight number 610. We'll be flying over to Madeira today on board our Airbus A321. We do welcome on board. Flight time today is 1 hour and 20 minutes. We do hope you enjoy the flight over to Madeira. And thank you for flying with us on Air Azores. In just a few minutes, the cabin crew will be coming through the cabin just to ensure that everything is ready for our departure. As part of that process, I'll be giving you some important safety messages. I do ask that you pay them your full attention. Anyway, we will be underway shortly. Just getting a bit busy in the cockpit here as we prepare for our departure. Thank you for flying with us and hope you do enjoy the flight. Cabin crew, please prepare the aircraft for departure. Alright, checklist. Cockpit prep is completed, gear pins and covers are removed, signs are on auto. ADRS is set to nav, fuel quantity is 9.4. Takeoff data has been set and verified. Barra reference 1019, that's a 4-star checklist to the line. Doors are closed. MTU weights have been entered, windows and doors closed, and I'll just double check mine is red on my side, red on your side, we're good to go. Beacon goes on. Thrust lever is idle and parking brake is set. APU start. Yeah, Vatsim, I think, has taken a big crash. It's a couple of... I don't know, it's just come back. Vatsim has come back. And we have Madeira online. Look at that! Yeah, reset Vatsim. I did see it like crash the data a couple of... maybe half an hour ago. We have destination air traffic control. Windows seat FS, g'day. APU is ready on the bus and on the bleed, and we can shut down the external panel.
Hello, Captain. We're ready for pushback. Locking gear.
On the Delgada Tower, Azores 160 is ready to push back. Azores 160 Whiskey 2, push started through station. Push and started through station to the east, Azores 160.
I was waiting for him to go now. Our nose will be going to the right.
Departure check completed. Bypass pin inserted. Release parking brakes.
Azores 28 Foxtrot ready for push. I do believe that our company got in first, so I'll wait for them.
There's 28 Foxtrot, yeah, once the company traffic has pushed to your left,
First thing is, once we pushed, once the Airbus is clear. Azores 28 Foxtrot. Yeah, that big turning node up there. Or are you talking about the one at the back of the runway?
Release parking brakes.
You want ATC up a bit louder? I can arrange for that. Done. Wrong, Tim Burnett. I have video evidence of an Airbus A321 landing at Madeira. Not saying it happens every day, but it does happen. And Noah's saying 777? I'll take a look. Yep, you're right. Austrian 777-200. And the Lauda 777. And I think in the year 2012 we have here a video of a 747 at Madeira. 747-200. Look at that. Madeira Airport, 747. Yep, alright. 7-4. Possibly only ever happened once, but there you go. It has happened.
Release parking brakes.
Yeah. Guerrillas to Brasilia. Nice. Unfortunately, air traffic control on Vatsim in Brazil have been, I don't know, they're never awake when I am. I just barely ever see them.
And Ponta Delgada Tower, Azores 160, ready for taxi.
So there's 160, roger, straight ahead, hold short of Charlie.
Straight ahead, hold short of Charlie, Azores 160.
Going to be better? Good stuff. Put on some good events, but yeah, I like Brasilia. You got some really good freeware in Brazil as well.
Release parking brakes.
And some good payware. And Santos Dumont is still the best airport ever. It's just amazing that you fit Airbus A319s and 737-800s into that tiny runway. Alrighty, we are pushing back. Hello there, we are releasing parking brake, pushing nose to the right.
Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at will.
Okay, we can start at will. Ignition set. On we go.
And Ponta Delgada Tower, Azores 160, holding short of Charlie.
And 160, via Charlie 160, clear takeoff, Southern 060.
Flight Charlie 12, please stay by me, Azores 160.
Good start on engine number 2. Starting number 1. Yeah, Santos Dumont, the most stable aircraft carrier in the world.
Set parking brakes.
Brakes are set.
Waiting your confirmation for good engine start.
Yeah, we're good to go. That's a good start on the number 1. Brakes set. Flaps 2. And start the clock. Pitch trim is plus 0.4. Cab interphone.
Hello, control.
Hello.
Count secure for takeoff.
Thanks.
Thank you.
That was quick.
Unlocking here.
And checking
Tow truck disconnected. Bypass pin removed.
fully forward, fully back. Yep, good stuff. All the way to the left, all the way to the right. Rudder. Literally went to the wrong direction. I had my right foot down, it was giving me full left.
And there's 160, you can contact Ponta Delgada approach now 119.4. Have a nice flight, dude.
Left is clear. Right is clear.
119.4, Azores 160.
Okay, just doing a sweep on the messages. Messages are all clear. We're good to go. Checklist. Before takeoff, flight controls checked. Flight instruments are set. 1019 both sides. Briefing's been completed. Flaps 2. V speeds are set with a flex temperature showing 56. ATC set. And just waiting on ECAM. Azores 28 Foxtrots ready for taxi. Information Charlie.
Azores 28 Foxtrot, straight ahead, hold short, Charlie.
Straight ahead, hold short Charlie. Azores 28 Foxtrot. Radar is set. Takeoff. Config is normal. Let's go. Okay, 30 seconds and we'll be ready to go.
And Azores 28 Foxtrot from Charlie 12, you're clear takeoff for the wind 0601 knots.
Only 12 clear for takeoff. Azores 28 Foxtrot. Not quite there yet, but we'll be there by the time of the runway. It's actually a bit of a rush getting everything ready by the time that to the runway when you essentially push back, taxi for about a minute and you're there. APU has completed shutdown. We've been cleared for takeoff. All the lights are on. Okay, ECAM status no blue, we are clear for takeoff. Power's good, steady, flex. $100. V1. Rotate. V2. Pause the brake, you're up. Bye Ponta Delgada, the Azores Island. Hopefully we return here one day. Climb power set. Spoiler. Disarmed. Flap 1, speed check. And slats retract. Green dot. All part 1 in command. Into the flight levels, standard set, cross check.
And Azores, correct, contact approach now 119.4 cm.
119.4, Azores 28 Foxtrot. On the Delgada approach, Azores 28 Foxtrot, climbing past 7,500.
So straight Foxtrot identified, type at level 250.
Level 250, Azores 28 Foxtrot.
Head at H1 to right heading 310.
Run right heading 310.
10,000. Signs off. Checklist. After takeoff, landing gear is up, flaps are retracted, packs are on, and barrow reference is standard set cross-checked.
Head at H1 to shed 3,000 feet.
Descend 3,000 feet, run R1.
Okay, there's an airfield on the island in front of us, but the island itself is Santa Maria, which gives it the name to the entire region's air traffic control. That's where the FSS lives.
H1, turn right heading 030.
Turn right heading 030, run R1.
Don't forget to breathe.
102, sorry, I think clear the RFD Zulu approach for the Vatsim. Begin de 81 direct tegen bij 454, clear the RFD Zulu approach for the Vatsim.
Indirect Sierra Mike 504, cleared, command approach on the
Begin de 81 negative tegen bij 454, it's being fixed on the RFD Zulu approach.
Runner, we don't have Sierra Mike 454.
Ik word zeggen bij 454 is de Aerosoft waypoint, so you can put it op your FSC.
Let's set up, get ready for entry the Saitek.
Runner, I want to get the Nelson database to try and enter it.
Stop at 102, reduce to the please speed. Hi there, 81, try to vary the RFD approach first and then the Sierra Mike 454. Stop at 102 for Delgada.
Where's the Delgada? Stop at 112.
Stop at 102, reduce to the please speed.
Getting that ready to go.
Start at 112.
Azores. Well, not that much. It's a Portuguese set of islands out in the Atlantic Ocean. They once had a Airbus A330 from Air Transat crash at their airport. Not really crash, glide for 30 minutes before landing at their airfield. Popped a couple of tyres on the rollout because they didn't have reverse thrust and they were coming in too fast. But after gliding for nearly half an hour, come across those islands there and nail a landing in an A330. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Contact the Santa with 32.15, bye-bye.
Santa Maria 132.15. Azores 28 Foxtrot.
But what would do to do ATC speed restriction? It was reduced to minimum approach speed.
0540 Duratco e VOR do Walkaround chama 35. Walkaround clear the VOR também 36 important.
Santa Maria Azores 28 Foxtrot, climbing flight level 250, leaving flight level 240.
Aerosoft 28 Foxtrot Santa Maria identified. Climb flight level 350, fly direct Irkut.
Flight level 350, direct to Irkut, Azores 28 Foxtrot. Back in the ye olden days, the Azores was part of the sphere of influence that the Pope decided fell inside Portugal. Basically, in those days, the Pope was run by Portugal and Spain, and the Spanish Empire essentially owned part of Italy. So the Spanish found this big bit of land out west, which eventually become, you know, America, and they wanted it. So they organised for the Pope to declare that that western half of the world was Spanish, and that the eastern half of the world, Africa, India, that kind of stuff, was to be Portuguese. So because the Portuguese already owned the Azores Islands, these things out here, they already had colonies out here on the islands, the Pope decided that the line demarking between the Portuguese sphere of influence to the east and the Spanish sphere of influence to the west essentially ran just to the west of the Azores Islands, which kind of made sense. The Portuguese can hang around into Africa, into India, and the Spanish could play around in the Americas, and they'll probably meet around the other side at some point. One little bit of an issue is that a little bit of Brazil kind of sticks out past east of the Azores. So you ended up with the Portuguese finding this nice little bit of land directly to the south of the Azores called Brazil, which is why we now have Brazil as a Portuguese speaking nation, and the rest of the South Americas mostly being Spanish. Accident of geography. That's the one. Treated Delgada and Zaragoza.
Aerosoft 687 to contact, approaching clearance, contact Santa Maria 132 Approaching clearance 132.75 and 3672 total.
Gonna try that connection again. Gonna hit the notification, notify it now. Let them know we're coming. Accepted our request. So we're now inside the ACARS unit for Santa Maria. Sydney runway 07. Tim. Yeah, it's a nice runway, that one. It's quite fun when that's in operation and you're out spotting, because there's a really interesting car park. It's a golf club car park you can go to, and the aircraft fly just oblique, just off over the top of you. You can actually walk over in the grass beside the car park, so that they go directly over the top, but I usually sit on the top of a hill, and they pass ever so just offset to directly over the top, so you get a nice side on view as you go past, and you're above the runway at that point, so you can actually see them all the way to touchdown and vacating at the end.
Passport 1 copy.
So flight level 350, let's see when we can step climb. Yeah, we could go straight up. Might make the request.
But the 541, somebody? But the 541, runway 33, wind 06 degrees 7 knots, July 101. Clear to Ponta Delgada, need to draft departure, flight level 130, Fox 07.
I do like runway 07 as a spotter, and also back in the old days when I used to live in Sydney, I was pretty close to Cogra, and the runway 07 approach goes straight over Cogra railway station. It's pretty cool.
Azores 205, Roger to the end to go back.
Level asymmetry. Yeah, put in the request now, I think. Not that one. And speed of 0.78. Request made, we should actually speed up anyway. It's been received by traffic control.
As 160, we'll be back in about 2 minutes.
Roger. But the 541 coming to OB7 for that.
Santa Maria, Azores 28 Foxtrot, requesting flight level 370 if we can take it.
Aerosoft 28 Foxtrot, confirm requesting level 370.
FM, flight level 370.
Aerosoft 28 Foxtrot, caution, climb flight level 370. And for your flight, you'll be under radar coverage. No oceanic clearance required.
Do that and clear to flight level 370. Azores 28 Foxtrot.
Elsa 160 is back.
Aerosoft 160 fast.
Q&H is one of the Q codes back in the good old days of nautical sailing. They had Q codes for a bunch of random stuff. So NH is nautical height, nautical meaning sea level, H the height. So it's Q code nautical height, and QFE is Q code field elevation. There's a bunch of other Q codes around as well. Most of them aren't used in aviation, but they were used back in the sailing days of ships. Cool. Down like is being closed by controller. They want us to use VHF because we're not entering oceanic HF radio at all. So that's a pity.
Virgin 01, Santa Maria. Virgin 01, radar services terminated. Report 33 North 040 West with Santa Maria 132075.
So there's the border. It's actually the old border between the Portuguese and the Spanish side of the treaty. Zaragoza was from about there. So if you just roll that line down, you end up intersecting roughly at I think it's Redcliffe, something like that. Anyway, you just chop this little bit off. So when that treaty was designed, they didn't know that this little piece of Brazil was sticking out so far to the east. What a surprise it was to the sailors shooting down the line going, oh right, this bit of the world is ours. This bit of the world is ours. It's just nothing but ocean. Wait a second. It's actually not. Alright, Q code on Wikipedia. Standardized collection of 3-letter codes, all starting with letter Q, which means question or query, I'm told.
Delta 541, wind 2, wind 060 degrees 7 knots, runway 33 to Moscow.
That's true. Portugal was indeed, let's see, part of the Spanish crown. That's correct. They had the same king. Not to say that they were the same country at any point in time, but they did have the same monarch. That happened to England and Scotland quite a few times in history as well. King James the First and Third, or whatever it was. The first James, King James of England. First and Six, that's one. So yeah, King James VI of Scotland was also the very same person who was King James I of England. Same man, king of two different countries. Alright, QF, enjoy. I just had a helicopter fly overhead and it's like midnight. It was rather loud. That's what I get for living so close to Essendon Airfield. Hello, Manu. How you doing?
What the 541 identify?
I don't need a 6G GPU, but you probably want to upgrade a 1050 to at least 20. I think a 70 card is about right. Because the 50 is pretty weak. Anything with the last digits 50 is, you know, fairly adequate. They don't really make 1070s anymore, so you're going to probably need to bump that up to 2070. Much like what I've got, funnily enough. Oh, the Alec. Alright, so that's the Azores Islands behind us. Nothing but open ocean until we hit Madeira. Madeira is a large volcano. Much like, we've done a lot of island hopping this weekend, haven't we? We did the volcanoes of Hawaii, and now we're doing the volcanoes of the Atlantic. Azores and Madeira. Apparently 20% of the GDP of Madeira is tourism. So I'm wondering how they're managing this current, you know, viral thing. That's a little bit interesting. The last Habsburg Emperor of Austria spent his waning final years at Madeira after being kicked out of the of the empire after losing World War I. He succeeded Franz Joseph I of World War I fame, And he was succeeded by nobody because the monarchy was abolished. The last king of Hungary. And the last emperor of Austria. Sent to Madeira as exile.
Speedbird 2155 to Tamarigo, eh? Speedbird 2155, climb flight level 380. SATA 541, fly direct Sierra Mike 451, contact Ponta Delgada approach 109 decimal spot. Correction, Sierra Mike 454. BK254 Charlie, expect runway 09 at visual departure to Istanbul, climb level 170, squawk 0766. BK254 Charlie, back is correct, report as well.
So, who's the controller over here? LPPC. No. Oh well. Weather at Madeira.
666, go ahead.
Wind 030 at 6. Guess what runway that suggests? 05. Let's get some charts ready.
Speedbird 666, copy. Enter the radar coverage, no position report needed. Speedbird 666, that is copied. At the present time, you are under radar coverage, so no position support needed. In a few minutes, I will tell you to contact Santa Maria, where you will be outside the radar coverage again. No problem.
Abusu. There's Abusu there.
Tomjet 54 Lima Golf, Santa Maria. Tomjet 54 Lima Golf, radar services terminated. Continue with Santa Maria on 132.075. Bye. Aerosoft 153 Santa Maria.
Okay, from Abusu we'd probably track direct to Funchal VOR and then run that approach. Look at that. That's Q code FE, so querying field elevation. The difference with QFE and QNH is QNH shows you the level at sea level and QFE shows the level at the elevation of the runway. So the idea is at QFE, if you set your altimeter to QFE, when you touch down on the runway, your altimeter will show 0 feet. Any MIMs down here? Probably not. There we are. Minimums, category D is 940.
Aerosoft 153 fly direct Bells.
QNH at the moment 1013. Temperature 21. Zero 30 at 6.
Delta 106, boa tarde.
And we'll be at full flaps.
155 radar services terminated. Continue with Santa Maria 132.75. Bye. Bye. Delta 106, runway 36, wind degrees, 1 knot. Variable between 360 and 086 degrees. Visibility 10 kilometers or more. Fuel clouds 1,400 feet. Temperature 1. Dew point 5. United 1019. Several stations, break Aerosoft 106, are still not have your flight plan. It's a bit fine. Break Mickey 254 Charlie identified.
Alright, let's run a brief since we have the time. We'll start with the airport. Runway 05. It would be wonderful to vacate at Bravo, but if we can't, we've always got this thing up here to do the U-turn. Going to do everything we can to get out on Bravo. We're going to use auto brake and medium. Full flap approach.
That's a 3474 identified.
And I'm going to vacate. Looking to touch down right on the markers, so it may not necessarily be the quietest of approaches.
Ponta Delgada,
might be a bit of a bump. That'll be fine. On the inbound we have a curved lead-in light system. You should see a strobe running up to the Rosario building. And the idea is to just break off right there into a 1 mile final.
That's the 106 is back in correct. Start the close.
Now we have this little chart here which shows the maximum wind over the last 2 minutes. Basically there's a massive mountain just to the side of the runway essentially, and if you get too much of a wind in these sectors you end up getting a lot of wind shear. So if you come in with a 25 knot off to the ocean side you'll get a lot of overshoot shear, and if you get from the mountain side you'll get a lot of undershoot shear. So it's a maximum of 25 knots crosswind, maximum of 20 knots on the other side crosswind. As far as headwind is concerned, off that sector between 040 and 120, no limits. Landing time 24, so about 30 minutes away. 30 from landing. 32 minutes from landing. That said, we haven't put down arrival yet, so let's see, Arnav 05s.
That's a 3474 request.
That's 3474, this is flight level 100.
100. That's a 3474.
That's the Zulu. That's the wrong runway. That's from the wrong direction. That's the Alpha. That's the VOR one. Wonder if that's what we're after. Might give us the VNF, the RNP. Certainly make things easier. Let's stick it in for the moment.
That's a 347 call. Confirm the visual contact with the ground.
.643. Director Abso. Alright, cool. 563. Let's miss it out on 532. Yeah, that works. Cool.
Speedbird 666 Santa Maria. Speedbird 666, radar services terminated. Continue with Santa Maria on 132.075. One 132.075.
Okay, without any clearances, we'd assume that'll be LBIM arrival for the 1 X-ray from Absolu direct into the visual approach from the RNP Alpha. There is a possibility that they'll pop us over to the VOR approach version. Which from Absu goes straight in overhead functional. Then down to the missed approach procedure, and that's kind of visual into the right hand circuit. I like the RNP slightly better because it gives you some vertical guidance as well and some speed. So I beamed the runway, recommended 190 knots, descending down to about 1,000 feet until we hit the base turn. And the base turn will start at around here. And there's a target to hit a minimum of 850 feet with a preferred of 704 feet at Gilo. Crossing the Rosario at a minimum of 460 feet. That is to say you need to be below 460 feet. That's not to say you need to be at or above. That's a minimum. And it's saying 314 feet. That's in QFE, not QNH. And then make a straight in approach.
Flight level 250. Contact visual control 125.550, right? Azores 160, Santa Maria. Azores 160, Santa Maria. Azores 160, descend flight level 250, contact visual control 125.550, goodbye. Azores 160, please check your microphone. Azores 28 Foxtrot, Santa Maria, radio check.
Sorry, it's 28 Foxtrot.
Azores 160, you are unreadable, sir. Descend flight level 250 and contact Lisboa 125.550.
Descend flight level 250 and contact approach 125.55.
Copy all that, thank you. Mickey 254 Charlie, Santa Maria. Mickey 254 Charlie, Santa Maria. Mickey. Azores 160, unreadable, say again. First 160 is already checked. First 160, review 2x5, direct approval, contact approach 109.6, bye bye.
This is Control, Azores 28 Foxtrot at flight level 370 with clearance down at flight level 250.
First 28 Foxtrot, hello, clear the clear the LB1 X-ray arrival, runway 05.
Good, the LBM 1 X-ray arrival, runway 05, Azores 28 Foxtrot.
First 28 Foxtrot, this is the airline suspicious, so much.
Scalan 250, cost to contact Santa Maria.
Scalan 250, you radar service terminated. Contact, report position Gunti, Santa Maria, on frequency 13275. Bye-bye, 075, bye-bye.
For contact Santa Maria, 132.2075, thanks for your tip.
We'll start the descent now. 250.
First. Azores 28 Foxtrot, direct approval, descent level 250.
Direct approval, flight level 250, Azores 28 Foxtrot.
Confirm, contact the Madeira approach 109.6, bye bye.
119.6, Azores 28 Foxtrot.
Ryanair 67 Alpha Tango, radar service terminated, contact Santa Maria 132.375, report position.
On 3035.
At 350 and 100 degrees CLD. Scattered clouds at 1400 foot depth 21. 2.17 QNH 1013 Aqua information Delta. Live D1430. Expect board approaches other approaches as below our runway and use 05D 665 on the ground contact F119.6. Wind 030 degrees 6 knots BRB BTM 350 and 1.
Madeira approach, Azores 28 Foxtrot, descending flight level 250, leaving flight level 340, direct Zero.
The 28 Foxtrot, radar contact, descend, flight level, correction, descend, flight level 50.
Descend flight level 50, Azores 28 Foxtrot. Ladies and gentlemen, Captain speaking from the flight deck. We'll be going to descent into Madeira at this stage. We're doing test everything right over there in about 20 minutes from now. We're making the famous approach into runway 05 today, with a fairly steep right-hand turn into the runway. In preparation for landing, we'll be turning on seatbelt signs, and the cabin crew will be coming through the aircraft to ensure that everything is ready for our arrival. Seatbelt signs will be turned on shortly. Take a look at the weather down in Madeira at this stage. We do have a nice temperature of 19 degrees Celsius. A little bit of scattered cloud around, but nothing very good. Anyway, we do thank you for flying with us on Azores Airlines. We hope you've enjoyed flying with us on our Airbus A321. Cabin crew, please prepare the aircraft for the arrival.
Azores 28 Foxtrot, hold the public data boozer.
I'll publish that Abuzu Azores 28 also.
Very good afternoon. Code 6 Charlie off the main goal. Requesting clearance to Ponta.
Echo Mike Golf Place, first venture of runway 05, August 6 November departure, squawk 4774, information Echo current QNH 1013.
4774 on the box, 46 November, runway 05, and yes, Echo Golf with QNH 1013, Charlie at my goal.
Echo Mike Golf Place.
Yep, sounds fun to me. So the 05, sorry. Okay, Abuzu going to the hold. 211 on the inbound. Right hand turns. So 1 minute lengths. No, 12 DME legs. Nope, it's not. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 4 DME lengths.
Azores 160 radio check.
Azores 160, readability 5, stop descent, 3,000 feet, detect Abuzu.
Sure, that's trick, Abuzu. Finally, my mic's working again. Thanks very much. Azores 160.
Azores 160 left heading 120.
Left heading 120, Azores 160.
Azores 160, Madeira approach.
Azores 160.
Azores 160, would you like us to still maintain 3000? Just confirm that.
Azores 160, direct Abuzu. Alpha Bravo Uniform Sierra Uniform maintain 3000 feet.
Alpha Bravo Sierra Uniform maintain 3000 feet. Azores 160.
Here's our island. It's going external view.
Azores 160, we're having problems with setting up our approach. Could you just give us vectors, please?
No.
Azores 160, unable for VOR. Would you like to proceed to Mike Alpha 532 for a RMP approach?
I'm flying a bit of the transcon. I'm flying the cans anyway.
160. Aerosoft, you're proceeding direct Buzu now. Sorry about that. We're doing that now.
There's 160, confirm you're able to VOR approach.
Roger.
10,000 feet.
And there's 160, confirm that you are able to perform the VOR DMA approach for runway 05.
Yes, we are.
Quite possibly.
160, you cleared VOR DMA approach for runway 05, report field insight.
Clear the DMA approach from Israel from report field insight. Azores 160.
Seatbelt signs are on, lights are on, and that's a checklist. Approach briefing completed, ECAM status is checked, seatbelt signs are in, Barrow reference is still standard, and minimums has been set, it is 940. Mode selection and CLB through to landing. Seat the crew, and not quite yet.
Service 70 uniform cleared Amsterdam runway 05, Segen 1 Zulu departure, squawk 4746. Information Echo is current QNH 1013. Service 70 uniform Segen 1 Zulu departure. Service 70 uniform confirm Segen 1 Zulu departure.
Why is that not going to ABSU? Current down.
Trip Service 70 uniform squawk 4746. Trip Service 70 uniform, read back correct.
The parallel entry.
Madeira approach Spain 16, ready for startup and pushback.
Spain 16, hold position.
Copy, holding position.
Ready for taxi, Italia, flying goal. Thank you, Mike. Golf, backtrack on up runway 05. Backtrack runway 05, thank you, my golf, thank you. Spain 16 behind, correction. Once clear of traffic on your tail, passing from left to right, projectile approved, facing runway 05.
Copy, when tire is clear, clear for startup and pushback, face it to the runway 5, Spain 16.
Altimeter 1013 set.
And ready, Charlie, Michael.
Echo Mike, roger, hold position.
Hold it. Echo Michael.
Azores 28 Foxtrot, continue descent 3,000 feet, QNH 1013.
Down 3,000 feet, QNH 1013, Azores 28 Foxtrot.
Echo Mike Golf, runway 05, clear takeoff, wind 020 degrees 7 knots.
Clear for takeoff, runway 05, Echo Mike Golf, take the key.
Into the turn we go.
Echo Mike Golf, identified, climb flight level 240.
Flight level 240 and heavy turbulence is reported during takeoff, Echo Mike Golf, just over the runway.
Azores 160, report field in sight.
Just turning in base now for 05 as well as 160.
Get the cabin.
Eyes rolling. Yes, that's the cabin secure currently. Here's line 5.
Thanks. Cabin is secure. Okay, landing checklist. Cabin crew is advised. Auto throttle is on. Auto brake is medium. And just waiting on Lifecam.
Madeira, Spain 16, ready for taxi.
Spain 16, hold short of runway 05 at Charlie.
Holding short runway 05, Spain 16.
Azores 28 Foxtrot, leave hold, you cleared VORD approach runway 05.
Exit the hold and cleared VORD approach runway 05, Azores 28 Foxtrot.
Transfer 73 uniform, push out data proof facing runway 05.
Azores 160 established runway 05.
Azores 160, 05, clear land, wind 020 degrees 7 knots.
Clear land 05, Azores 160.
Okay, overhead the VOR at 1,430. Cool.
Spain 16, behind landing Azores A320, backtrack plan up runway 05.
Behind landing traffic, backtrack runway 05, Spain 16, behind.
Okay, speed 200. Flaps 1 set. They're going to take flaps 2. Speed checks. Speed checked, flaps 2. That's Absu. Landing gear down. Speed checks. And I'll go 180 knots.
Azores 160 is vacated at Bravo.
Azores 160, taxi stand up 6, fly off.
Up 6,
Spoilers right.
Azores 160.
Aircraft. I'll give it 1400, but not less than that. Speed 160. $1,000 for the minnows.
Terrain, pull up.
Checked.
Terrain.
Madeira, Spain 16, ready for takeoff.
Spain 16, order, hold position.
Holding position.
Speed managed, flaps full.
Echo Anchor Mike Golf, contact Lisboa, control 125.55, muito obrigado, boa tarde.
Repeat for Charlie, Osman Golf.
Anchor Mike Golf, contact Lisboa, control 125.55, muito obrigado, boa tarde.
125.55, Charlie, Osman Golf.
S-Bane 16, runway 05, clear takeoff, winds 020 degrees 7 knots.
020 degrees 7 knots, clear for takeoff, S-Bane 16, thank you.
So there's 28 Foxtrot, confirm failed inside to your 3 o'clock.
So straight Foxtrot, inside.
Roger, that is 28 Foxtrot, continue approach.
Comes in approach, straight Foxtrot. We are below minimums.
That is 28 Foxtrot, Euclid visual approach report final runway 05.
Good visual approach and final 28 Foxtrot.
Azores 120, could we please go to stand Alpha 8 as there is a transverse here blocking Alpha 6?
No problem, stand Alpha 8, no obrigado.
Stand Alpha 8, thanks. Azores 120.
That is 28 Foxtrot, runway 05, clear. You cleared land, wind 020 degrees 7 knots.
05 cleared to land, 28 Foxtrot.
S-Bane 16 identified, climb flight level 240.
Flight level 240, S-Bane 16.
Transfer 70 uniform, hold short of Charlie for runway 05.
What's it on Charlie for the next approach?
Ecam checklist, no blue. Clear to land. On Pappy.
500.
Low. Come back. It'll overshoot.
400. 300. 200. 50. 40. 30. 20. Retard.
Transfer 70 uniform behind landing, Azores 320, line up way behind, runway at 05.
I'm going to 821, line up to 805.
Correction, transfer returning from backtrack line up, runway 05.
Backtrack on line up.
Decel. Foxtrot has vacated on Bravo.
So there's 28 Foxtrot, bem-vindo a Madeira, taxi stand Alpha 6 via Alpha.
Alpha 6 via Alpha, Azores 28 Foxtrot.
S-Bane 16, direct to Otis.
Absa.
Direct to Otis, S-Bane 16.
Translator 73 uniform, runway 05, clear takeoff, winds 030 degrees 4 knots.
Toes coast on your approach. I was concentrating too hard on the approach to worry about it.
Airplane 16 shortly closing, contact switchboard control 125.55.
I'll give you this though. Flying it on the Dash 8 was a lot easier.
Airplane 16, many thanks, bye bye.
Translator 73 uniform identified, climb flight level 2, ball 0.
Brakes are set. Okay, fuse on the bus and on the lead, and we'll shut it down. The 330. Might practice it one day.
Translator 70 uniform shortly closing, contact switchboard control 125.55.
Alright, so what we need to do is hit the beacon. Seatbelt signs. Cabin crew, disarm doors. Cool. Right, still on power. I had best take responsibility for that one. And sent. On the external power, we will shut down APU. Transponders off. Careful landing checklist, flaps are set, spoilers disarmed, APU's on, off now, radar. PWS is off. Parking. APU bleed off now. Engines, seatbelts. The fuel pumps can go off. And we're on the chocks. ADRS is set, off, oxygen off. APU bleed air is off. Emergency exits, they can be disarmed now. Signs are off, and APU and battery is off. Thanks for that, Tim, and I'll see you there in Lockheed. The Breathe aeroplane. Very nice. Anyway, I enjoyed that. We don't get out to Madeira nearly enough. It's good to get out here and see the wonderful scenery. Some good islands out here in the Atlantic Ocean. As I nearly get run over by a bus. Well, there we are. Thanks for that. About 2 AM here in Melbourne, so bedtime. We obviously have a big event in Australia tomorrow called, I think we're essentially Perth to Cairns, Adelaide to Cairns, Brisbane to Cairns. So I'll be possibly doing Brisbane to Cairns, possibly doing Mount Isa to Cairns. Anyway, at some point tomorrow night we'll end up in Cairns. Till then, I've been Musical Aviator. Thanks for joining us on this wonderful little flight out to one of aviation's favourite airports. Ciao for now.